Hello, denizens. Welcome to Science Tech Stand-Up. I have so many things to talk about that I might just have to burn off a bunch of episodes just to get through the backlog. Get ready for a tsunami or hurricane of excellent material coming soon. I did a recent rant about the 70-30 split that YouTube is taking from existing super chats on YouTube streaming and will soon be taking from super thanks on our regular channels. Some of you said that it was a fair split and Google needs to make money to maintain the increased infrastructure for storing all that highlighted text. That takes way more space. Well, YouTube's Q2 2021 ad revenue jumped 83% year over year to $7 billion. I sure hope YouTube isn't spending all that $7 billion on Pizza Friday lunches. But that is just one quarter. If I use my significant math skills and extrapolate that to a full year, that would be... hold on. I have to get out the spreadsheet. Yeah. So I'll put the 7 here in this spreadsheet and the number of quarters there and the days of the week and my lunch menu, and holy shit, that's $28 billion. Now, YouTube wants to take 30% of the tips you're giving your favorite YouTuber. Right. Yeah. Everyone thinks about death occasionally. I run death scenarios through my head all the time. What if I die first? Well, nothing happens, right? I'm dead. But if my wife dies first, who's going to water the plants? For those chasing a dream, maybe you've created something to solve a problem, and it's that which becomes your ticket to the bigs. Shopify, that legendary e-com platform's origin story, is not unique in that regard. CEO and co-founder Tobias Lütke launched an online snowboard shop in 2004 called Snow Devil. They built the original store on Yahoo stores, but their main issue was that Yahoo stores sucked roller bearings. Lütke built a custom solution for Snow Devil to integrate payments, inventory, and also provide a decent design. That solution turned into Shopify, which was launched in 2006. In its first year, the platform did $8,000 a month. In 2020, Shopify's revenue was $2.9 billion. The lesson here is always start your new business as a skateboard shop. But there is another lesson in there, and that is you can start with one idea that could end up taking you on a completely different path. You just have to be open to it. Here is an amazing case in point. We did consulting work for Nortel, Canada's tech darling until it crashed and burned. It was originally called Northern Telecom, and it was a giant in the phone business. Huge! We were hired back in the multimedia days to come up with a CD-ROM, back when CD-ROMs were cool, that would teach office workers how to use Nortel's fancy phones with its blizzard of incomprehensible key combinations that used the pound and star keys. I figured the best way to find out why you had to press the pound or star keys in combination with specific numbers was to learn about its origin. What was the logic behind it? I figured if I could sort that out rather than having people follow a binder of laminated flip cards, they could figure it out on their own. So, first of all, I asked the Nortel engineers if they had surveys on how their phones were being used. They said, sure, tons. I said, give them to me. So they gave them to me. And yeah, tons of surveys on how Meridian phone installers could install a Meridian PBX in your office. I asked, where were the surveys on the end user phone experience? No, they had no surveys on user experience, only installation experience. They had never thought of getting feedback from the actual people using their phones. So now you know why Nortel went out of business. Anyway, I found out that the Meridian phone thing was actually part of a huge project. The goal was to turn your phone into a gateway to let you buy services, plane tickets, all sorts of things we can do over the internet now, but in a more limited way over the phone. Yeah, seriously, this was pre-internet, but just. Most services would have a fee. If you ordered a plane ticket or booked a restaurant, there would be a service fee and it would just go on your phone bill. It was sort of a telephone version of the French Minitel videotex service from the 80s. Anyway, Nortel spent bags of cash to try to make this all work. There was logic applied to try to make sense of an interface that only included 10 number keys plus the pound and the star. But after $1 billion later, it all got shelved. It was never rolled out. But there was this tiny project that everyone ignored because no one thought it had any significance to the bigger Shop by Phone project. That tiny, insignificant thing was all digital voicemail. Now, voicemail had been around for a while. It was invented by Gordon Matthews in the 70s, but it was the Nortel system that gave us the weird key combinations that we love and hate and mostly hate. Once again, I digress. The thing is, once I had unearthed the engineering choices made for the key combinations, which were mostly positional and not of numeric significance, it all kind of made more sense. If you learned the logic, then the phones became easier to use. However, we did not finish the job because the suit who hired us at Nortel left, and it turned out he did not request a purchase order for the job ahead of time, and Nortel did not pay without an approved purchase order. We were fucked. That is another story. The point is that you can go down a path, even a really expensive path that ultimately seems to lead to nowhere but failure, but the effort might just provide a product or an idea for something new if you're just open to it. One final thing, I know what you're thinking. Do I remember all those mysterious key combos and the reasons behind them? No. Sorry. Till next time, denizens, be seeing you.